Hello there again and welcome. So yes, this time progress has been made, and also I've been analyzing each step I've been taking, so to see what's damaged and what's not, what needs to be replaced and what has to be replaced, which is mostly expensive. But we'll see what we can find. So far I've taken apart the timing belts, the belts regarding the pulleys, alternator and air compressor. Taking apart the pulleys, the camshaft pulleys and the crank pulleys. And also I've taken apart the water pump, the power steering pump and the air compressor pump. So now the next stage is to show you the engine and what I have taken apart. As you will see, all the pulleys are out of the way now, and the first thing that is obvious is here. This is showing signs of a leaky camshaft. Most likely the seals have failed, while the other one seems to show also small problems here, as you can see. Let's find there we go. And also another problem here in the housing of the water pump. It shows signs here of fretting and corrosion, but that will be checked out by professionals to see what we can do. Also down here I've taken apart now, used to sit the power steering pump, and here is the air compressor disengaged from the block. Also here, as we will see, are the parts I've taken out. This is the main reservoir, the power steering, nothing's wrong with that. Here is the power steering unit, and it's still a bit dirty, I need to check it out, but there is a slight problem here with the pulley. I need to check it out if it's too damaged from this part, but I think it's still doable. And also I'll be checking for the bearings if they're still in good condition, otherwise I'll open it and just replace the bearings. Here we have the pulleys from the camshafts. I need to check these out within their tolerances, and also the tensioner pulley, which seems to be a bit worn out. Moving on to the next one, the pulley which sits on with the crank. As we can see here, this one has never been used, so it's still clean and smooth, while this one used to drive the air compressor, and this one drives the alternator. But as we can see here, it's a bit too worn out. It sits lower than it's supposed to be. So now the other part that remains is the water pump, but this is still brand new as it's been changed about 2 months ago. But I've taken it apart just to see how much dirt has been sitting on it, and to see, as you can see here, the engine block has a lot of dirt trapped in it. So now I'll be proceeding with taking apart the heads. The next step is taking apart the cylinder head covers, and then moving on to the cylinder head, the main block, taking apart the exhaust with the turbos, and so on and so forth. So let's begin taking apart distributor. So as you can see here from the reflection, the color is a bit faded in the center. That shows us that the seal has worn out. here I have the owner's manual book. I have made the original one, which is quite expensive to buy, especially for this car. And I took some photocopies for the pages I need, because when working on the engine and needing to flip through the pages of the engine, you will get the pages all covered in oil, so it's better not to ruin the original book and just have yourself a copy each time you need one and just use that one, so that you keep the original one clean and proper. So, as we can see from the engine assembly here, the top part of the heads, as we can see, we have the pulley and then we have its cover. As we can see, it's just 3 bolts, and just be taking apart the top cover, and then we can see what's happening inside. So, now that I've taken the covers off, we can see now what's really going on within the camshaft. So, let's see. Everything seems to be looking good, but we have some small problems. We can see some mild discoloration, especially on this camshaft. As we can see, the colors tend to go a bit too dark, which only means that the valves are not sealing properly. So you can see here, the discoloration is a bit too dark, so we have to see that through. That can only be found out upon taking out the valves, so we can see if they're properly sealing or not. Now moving along with the removal of the cylinder head. First we need to take out the cam box and inspect what kind of damage the camshaft has. Mainly because there is too much carbon on most of the cams. Maybe it's because some damaged tappet. So in order to find out, we must take it apart. Torquing down the bolts, it was very noticeable that these were torqued down vertical up to the required torque value, yet these two here were a bit too light. I didn't put no strength at all to take them out, whereas these were torqued down properly. So these weren't torqued up as they should be. Then we had problems with this head and exhibiting some vibration. So we'll proceed to see what's wrong. Here we have the cam box. Let's see if we can take one out. So this is one cam box. Let's take the other one out and see what's the difference between the two. So we can definitely see what was one of the major problems here. Basically, one bolt wasn't screwed in, and the other was very easy to take out. This one and this one didn't even need to put no strength at all to it. Here we have the tappets, which some of them seem alright, and upon taking it apart I noticed that this bolt here and this bolt here weren't torqued down literally with no strength at all. They were just turned. So that goes to show that parts of the head weren't properly torqued down, or they got loose for some apparent reason. So let's see here. This one seems okay, but no. We have some problems here. We'll be needing to change these. There might be some problems with the clearance, but we need to inspect it a bit further on. So, for the next part, we will be taking off the cylinder head, as you can see here. Taking these bolts out, these nuts here. I'll be taking the cylinder heads off, then we'll see what's hiding underneath there.